Thank you, EA, for our free and early copy of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Disclaimer. In response to fan complaints and outrage, EA and DICE decided to temporarily suspend the ability to buy loot crates in their game. That's all well and good, but the wording in their statement leaves too much room for future f***ery. They say the ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date. That could be Monday for all we know. As long as everyone jumps back in on the bandwagon by the game day one. The promise is to make things right this time, and to make the loot boxes fair this time. But do we really trust them at this point? So, for these reasons, even though they have currently remedied a lot of what's wrong with Battlefront 2, we are leaving the sins as they were before the update. They haven't proven that they will go the distance just yet. So, let's add 1000 sins to the start of this motherfucking video. Welcome to Battlefront 2, a AAA Category 5 pay-to-win catastrophe. The core game is decent enough, but one that's been completely ruined by the heinous loot system that has infected the gaming industry. Let me start this off by adding 60,000 sins, 1 sin per credit it took to buy Darth Vader. Oh, they reduced the price from 60,000 to 15,000, you say? Well, that can't undo what has already been done. The point is, they tested us because they thought that we were dumb enough to fall for it. Star card your way to victory, my friends. Buy your competitive advantage like this was a free-to-play game. Just slide your credit card right through here. There you go. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. 10,000 more sins, damn it. And another 10,000 for what EA did for Need for Speed Payback. And another 10,000 for having a on-disc DLC for Mass Effect 3. And while we're here, add another 10,000 for Activision and what they did to Tony Hawk and Guitar Hero and Call of Duty. We're making EA the martyr for all the corporate industry greed that is bleeding through these loot crates. The insatiable greed that is ruining otherwise amazing games, that is crushing long-term potential for short-term gain. It's over. It ends here, motherfucker. So they did indeed reduce the price of the heroes by 75% after significant backlash. By the way, great job, guys. But they also reduced the amount of credits you get for completing the campaign by, what, 75%? Basically, fuck you.
More credits available in 3 hours. More credits available in 3 hours. We're sorry, you were enjoying arcade mode too much, so we have to stop giving you prizes.
EA and DICE actually implemented a credit cooldown in arcade mode so that you won't earn too many credits. Why? Well, if you're earning all those credits on arcade mode, then you might never buy any loot crates. And you must buy loot crates. You must buy loot crates! Adding 25 sins for the 25 years of DICE legacy being thrown down the drain. People have tried to pin this microtransaction fiasco squarely on EA, but we can't let DICE off the hook that easily. They are complicit in the business practices and can't get off scot-free. After all the fuss they made about listening to fans and giving them what they want, they come out with a mediocre 4-hour campaign. Seriously, it's only 4 hours. It amounts to nothing more than a horde mode with some sprinkled in space battles, all bookended by amazing cutscenes and supplemented with amazing visuals. While having missions where you can play as Luke, Han, and Leia are nice for fans, they are ultimately a fan service distraction. Aiden's story could have been genuinely compelling, but you only see her story for 60% of the 4-hour campaign. The story could have been much better and more cohesive if they simply focused on one character. Or, just made the campaign longer. Nothing micro about these transactions. Adding an industry-level sin here for the practice of selling the $80 to $100 deluxe editions of the game so that you can play the game 3 days early. Sure, you get some other in-game perks, but let's be real. People buy it to play the games early. Adding a consumer-level sin here for continuing to shell out an extra $20 to $40 to play a game 3 days early. At what point are loot systems like these going to be made illegal? They are the very definition of gambling. Put in money and get random rewards in return. It's getting so bad that I think Las Vegas should start making Overwatch and Battlefront themed slot machines. That way everyone feels at home. The opening crawl is missing. I get that Rogue One didn't have one either, but it's a sin. This is Star Wars, bitch. Giant space turd.
Just help me and I'll help you. It's that easy.
Help me help you, cliche. Does this stack of pancakes not see the eye on this droid moving? I mean, as the player, I'm obviously moving this. The droid obviously plugs in on the left side of the computer, but when we return, he's on the right side of the computer.
To be fair, we're operating outside protocol. We should have just blown up their ship.
Would have raised too many questions. For this to work, we need to be subtle.
Would have raised too many questions? You're the Empire. The rebels are probably seen as radicalists by the people in the Empire anyway. Blow that shit up. Shouldn't those weapons be in a gun safe and not left lying around? This mission must have taken some serious planning for an escape like that. What if the math was wrong? What if she missed?
Yes, Commander. And the message?
The fleet's location is still safe.
But if the rebels stole the message with the fleet's location, surely someone saw the message. So how safe is the fleet? EA. With an explosion that big and that close to Endor, wouldn't there be some cataclysmic damage to the planet? It's hard to believe that all the debris stayed in orbit. Laser guns, lightsabers, travel at light speed, but we still can't get some HD holograms. Someone try and move the antenna around, the signal's fuzzy. Seeing as there is no air in space, that TIE fighter shouldn't leave streaks behind it, unless it's releasing something particular. But what purpose would that be for? Sin. This is obviously Luke, but the character model's off. Looks like a different actor.
Vardos is our target.
One of them, yes.
Why? The entire planet and its people, they're loyal to the Empire.
The Emperor commands it. We'll purge this planet and others. Fear shall spread, and the galaxy will remember who is in control.
What's the logic behind destroying a loyal planet? Spread fear? That's like Nazi Germany deciding to bomb Berlin to scare the Allies. I get that AT-ATs are all-terrain, but damn, this thing is slow. Where the hell did they escape from? Guy in uniform gets shot, gets back up. Stormtrooper with armor gets shot, instant death. They may be iconic, but they truly are the worst henchmen ever. No! Han looks like a Neanderthal.
Better stick to the clouds so they don't spot us.
Stick to the clouds? They don't have radar? This is a part of Bespin I wasn't ready to see. Giant ball sacks. Gross.
Think about all the good we've done since Vardos fell. We've made the galaxy safer, given people hope.
Yeah, go ahead and talk aloud while you walk past Imperial guards and such. Flying by a Star Destroyer makes me realize how much smaller they are than I initially thought. That or the proportions are off. Either way, it's a sin for deception. Evasive maneuvers, you idiot! So this escape pod basically just crash lands. Escape pod. And before you come and say it was damaged, I don't care. The devs didn't care enough to show more than some black smoke. I really hope this last dream sequence pays off, otherwise it feels like the devs forced one more hero into the game for no reason. I have so many questions. What the hell did Luke want with the compass? What exactly did the storms do? What kind of damage did they do? What the hell was Del doing on Pilio? Who is Del and Aiden's child? Is it Rey? Why is the sky blue? What lies inside of a black hole? What happened to the Citadel of Rix after evil Morty was elected? Why do you say heads up when you should say duck? Can a hearse driver drive a corpse in a carpool lane? Sorry. I got a little taken away.
Bonus sin!
The campaign in this game was heavily promoted to be Imperial. Not even halfway through the game, and Aiden goes to fight for the rebels. So much for being part of the Empire for a game.